Thank you for joining me for yet another unboxing video, and today we have more Kickstarter goodness. This time it's the card game 30 Seconds to Live. It's for 1 to 2 players for ages 14 up and takes about 25 to 40 minutes to play. It's brought to you by Kitten Kaiju Games, and it's a game by William Angus. The X-Virus originated in Siberia and soon spread around the world. After 98 days of hiding, a group of survivors find their base overrun by zombies. One human managed to escape to the alley outside. Between them and an escape vehicle, more humans than one human could hope to take on alone. Recreate the feeling of panic, chaos, and dread from the season finale of your favorite zombie TV show at home. 30 Seconds to Live is an intense gaming experience for 1 to 2 players. Play as the human fighting for survival or as the horde of zombies intent on tearing them apart. The action and drama will be intense, and one thing is guaranteed: one side only has 30 seconds to live. Again, for more information, go to 30secondstolive.com. Again, it's for 1 to 2 players, ages 14 plus, and takes about 25 to 40 minutes to play. Again, it's by Kitten Kaiju Games. Go to kittenkaijugames.com for more information. And I like backing this because they were right out of my own hometown, or should I say my own home state, which is New Jersey, and they're from Landing, New Jersey. So I said, why the heck not back them? All right, you can be 2 players in this game. Again, it's for 2 players. You can be either the zombie side or the human side. If you're going to be the zombies, you've cornered the human in an alley. Now send in the hordes to finish them off before they escape. Be the human, run the gauntlet of zombies, escape to the street, and win your freedom. All right, so let us crack this bad boy open and see what kind of goodness we have inside the box. So right off the bat, we see that we have some rule books. Yes, we have the rule books. Let's start with them always. In this game, immediately you notice that there are 2 rule books. Again, it's a 2-player game, so one side will be the zombie and one side will be the survivor. So let's start with the zombie rule book. Right off the bat, it tells you a little bit of fluff about what's been happening in the outbreak. So 98 days ago and all the way down to your 30 seconds from now. This rulebook is written for the zombie player only. Please refer to the survivor rulebook to learn how to play the survival. You got your table of contents, your additional resources, your game components, the game icons. Again, all this stuff here is the zombie side cards. So you got the zombie deck, the attack deck, and the tactics deck. And you have these tokens that go along with it. Throughout the game, you're going to see a whole bunch of different icons. I'm going to keep referring to them back to here because I won't know them all, because I'm doing an unboxing of this. Concussion tokens, ability tokens, spend 1 energy, spend 0 energy, automatic hit, equip this weapon, durability, critical hit time token, health, sound, important information, ammo, knockdown, movement, damage, attack action, supply card, ranged weapon, and movement action. Throughout the game on the cards, you'll be seeing these different icons. Again, that will be the zombie player setup. You've got your zombie setup, your game overview, and you've got your terms. You need to know these terms and what they mean. The 30-second timer. Are you required to play with the timer? Can the timer be paused? What happens if the timer runs out midway through your action? Of course, you can go to the app and there's a timer right there for you that you can use. So your turn summary, you have a draw phase, an action phase, and then you've got their resolution phase. During the action phase, you're going to flip energy tokens to the unused size, draw tactics cards, move zombies without a knockdown token towards survivors, and remove all knockdown tokens from zombies 3+ rows behind the survivor. Action phase, survivor player starts the timer. Okay, and then you have the resolution phase, cleanup phase where you resolve specific cards and other game required activity occurs. Phase is not timed. All right, what you can do during your draw phase, you can flip energy tokens, draw 1 card, and move zombies. Action phase, you can also remove all knockdown token. Action phase, survivor player starts the timer. You can move, knockdown, stand up. Then you have to draw a card. You can play a tactics card. You can summon zombies. Warehouse zombies are different than regular zombies. And then you've got attack icons, attack process, how do you attack, All right. Your opportunity attacks, you have when zombies die on the survivor turn, and then you have the resolution phase where you clean everything up. You also have your time tokens. Gives you the background about health and what the zombie card looks like in it. It's all the icons are listed right around here and explain to you exactly what everything means on the card. Okay, so this means that they drop a supply when they die, when they enter what row and where they move to. Some abilities have unique attacks. Here they are. Down here you have your zombie attack, your movement, your health, your zombie icon, and where you're classified either by a brute or a soldier or whatever it may be. So you have your brute, you have your crawler, you have your runner, you have your shuffler, and you have your walker. So your brute is by far the strongest of all the cards for zombie players. Then you got your bloater, you got your shriekers, you got your brute, and it's a boss level card. And then of course you got your friend. And of course you have advanced rules. We talk about sounds, you talk about concussions, you have permanent knockdown. Modified rules makes it harder for the zombies, make it easier for zombies. Either side gets an advantage. And again, 14 pages of rules, and then you have your player aid on the back. What the zombie player can do: draw, action, resolution phase. What their abilities are: brute, bloater, shrieker, friend, crawler, friend, grab, attack. There they are. So that is your zombie rulebook. Then you, of course, if you want to play the survivor, your survivor rulebook right here. Again, same fluff as the front, which tells you about where we're at in the terms of time from 98 days ago to present day. Your additional resources, again, your components are right here. These are the decks that you will be using. Your attack deck, your solo decks, your supply deck. You also have ally cards, survivor cards, and tactics deck. You've got your standees, you got dice, and you got your icons that we discussed already. Game setup would look like this from the player side. Then you have the game overview, you got your terms, what you need to know. Again, you got your 30-second timer, the app, which is also an electronic timer for you. Your turn sequence, again, you're doing the draw, the action, your resolution phase, just like the zombies. What you can do in the draw phase, you can flip energy tokens and you could draw one card. In your action phase, you can move, you can stand up, you can grab supplies. You can draw a tactics card, you can play a tactics card, you can attack, you can do melee attack, ranged attack, and you can do knockdowns. You can do attack with your fist as well, unarmed attack and a head stomp. Got attack icons, and you have different weapons with different skill sets. Range example, melee, ranged, attack progress, how are you doing? Okay, the anatomy of a gun card or weapon card. And then you have the resolution phase where you straighten everything out, and that's an untimed event. You got time tokens, you got tracking health, tracking ammo, weapon durability, and body armor, special abilities, desperation move. And then you have a listing of all the characters that you can play in the game. You've got Lenny, you got Abe, Aaliyah, Ryan, Antonio, Diana, Sophia, William, Michael, Rebecca, Mary, Kelly, Lewis, Cassandra. You have Megan, Jason. Again, it also tells you what kind of players there. You got soccer players, you got scavengers, you got survivors, self-defense trainers, doctors, college track stars, firearm instructor, and an MMA trainer. Then of course you got advanced rules, you got sound, concussion, permanent knockdown. Modified rules makes it easier for survivor, makes it harder for survivor. Either side gets an advantage. If you want to play the game solo, it tells you what cards you need to take out, what game, and how the AI works in the system to help you play the game. So you're the human, and the computer, the AI plays the zombie characters. And there is your actual setup for the entire game, both sides. The zombie side, this is the alley that you're in, and then you got the human side on this side, and that's how it looks set up across the table. You have your solo game set up as well, and then you have solo controlling the zombie AI cards, and you're choosing zombies, and just gives you an example of how to do that, and you're scoring for points who wins the game. Again, then it gives an example of a turn sequence for fast zombies and for regular zombies, and your special thanks for all the good people who gave the not only helped out, but also people who were the inspiration behind the game, making of this game. In the back, you have, again, your player aid right here for the survivor. You got the human survivors, or you got the zombies that you're playing. You have one sheet of tokens that you're going to use for your players. Your movement, your brains, your time, your actions, and others. Front and back are the same. Oh, they are nice tokens, and they are of solid quality, which always makes us happy when we see that. It goes back in, you know it's good quality. And there you have it right there. We also have our standees for the characters that you can be. Both front and back are identical. So there are the characters that you can be. Okay. You also have some addendums that are in here. You have your fast attack zombies. This is for solo play. Again, for solo part, and that's for swarm zombies for solo play. These are the rules for solo play. That's what those mean. Okay, so we'll put that over here as well underneath. So it's good to know that when you have a game for 1 to 2 players, that you can also do it for a survivor mode or for solo mode. You've got a base for your standee. Pops off, goes right in there, nice and easy. You've got your silica gel as usual in your packaging. You have 2d10. Again, it'll tell you when you'll be using the dice. Now again, when you're doing percentile, if you're saying the blue goes first and the black goes second, your 7-3 would mean it's a 73. Meaning that if you got rolled a 0, where's the 0 on this bad boy? Or your 10, and a 10 means 100. If that makes sense to you. Okay. So in that roll there, you'd have an 86. The dot tells you which way to look at the die. On the 9, it'll be on the bottom. And 6, it's on the bottom as well. So you can tell immediately which one is a 6 and which is a 9. So that would be an 89 if I rolled it that way, using the blue dice first, or a 98 if I'm using the black die first. So you got that. Of course, you got the 30-second timer as well, which is always good to have. Okay. And of course, you've got your cards. So let's start looking at our cards. What do we have here? We got a plethora of cards in a card game, of course. So we have our, right here, we have our item deck. This is the item deck. With the item deck, things that you can pick up and find to help the survivors survive the game. So you have a large first aid kit. All cards are set up exactly the same. It's got an icon, it's got a title for it, a picture of it, and then tells you what you can do with it. So you got a large first aid kit, there's your picture. It choose 1, heal 2 health, heal a twisted ankle and heal 1 health, remove 2 concussion tokens, regain loss to concussion, movement to concussion. So you got a large first aid kit, regular first aid kit. You got a crowbar, a chainsaw, a brick, a bottle, a 2x4, a baseball bat, body armor, tire iron, Teflon bullets, sledgehammer, shotgun, a rifle. Now again, when we're looking at the rifle, it gives you some information in here. You're firing, so it's got 4 shots to it. All right, you gotta find ammo after that. All right, it's a ranged weapon. It's an equipment. Okay, melee. It's not used in melee. You can shoot up to 1 space away. It's ranged. 1 to 5, kills 3 targets. Melee, if I'm swinging it, I can kill up to 1 zombie. Again, so if I use the card, originally it's 4. Then I turn it this way, it means I have 3 bullets left. Turn it this way, I have 2 bullets left. Turn it this way, it's 1, and then flip it over, and it's empty. And you can only use it as a blunt weapon blunt weapon in which to, slug somebody with it, versus using it as a weapon. You got a pipe wrench, Molotov cocktail, meat cleaver, machete, lead pipe. Again, if it's an equipment, it'll tell you whether it's a melee weapon or it's not a melee weapon. So this is not a melee weapon. That's not a melee weapon. If it's a melee weapon, it'll tell you on top right, and it'll tell you it's an equipment card. All right, you got a knife for melee, katana, melee, ice axe, melee, hatchet, handgun. It's a ranged weapon. It's an equipment. You know, you can use 2. You have 2 hands. You can use 2 handguns. Handgun. You got a grenade. A grenade is definitely not for melee, because it'll kill you as well. You could do it 1 to 4. It makes noise. It's 1 to 4 spaces. You could throw it. Destroy all zombies, supplies in targeted row. Do 2, maybe attack 2, and we have to figure out what that means. We got to look at the rule book. And zombie to all characters in adjacent rows. Oh, it affects 2 rows. It affects 2 rows. Okay. Propane gas tank, and again a large first aid kit. We'll put that back in the front here, like so. So that is that's your equipment deck. Then we have the deck of brains. It's interesting because this one's a little darker. I noticed that right off the bat. A couple of the cards are a little bit darker. And they're good quality cards. They're not the best quality cards that I've ever felt. Like they're not of playing card level or of like a regular like a regular deck of cards, 52 card deck that you have. But they're still durable, nice cards. The artworks are really, really cool on all the cards as well, which I'm giving them a lot of credit for. So it's pretty cool. So here, again, kind of your event deck and different things that can happen to your characters. Now, I'm not going to read them all because there's a heck of a lot of cards that are here, but we can go through a couple of them. So let's take a look at them. So it says, surprise attack. Play when the survivor attempts to pick up a supply card. Put a base zombie from the zombie discard pile into play in the same row as the survivor. It has 1 health and 1 and this. We have to figure out what that means. Again, go back to the rulebook. I'll tell you exactly what that icon means. Make an opportunity attack. The survivor has spent and does not get the supply card. Again, there's your warnings on here. So all the cards are set up the same way, the title and what it does. So you got time slows down, zombie horde, weapon jam, very hungry, very aggressive. So you have ones that are for zombies and you have ones that are for humans. Very aggressive. Through the window, surprise attack, twisted ankle, sweaty hands, swarm. They surge, confrontation, stumble, super strong, scary, reanimate, poor aim, panic, new blood, more and more, knockback, in the way, instinct, hungry, hard hit, grapple, falling zombie, exhausted, deep wound, dead weight, dead run, damaged weapon, concussion, wrench free, zombie guts, stray gunfire, steady hands, sprint, shoulder ram, scary, scramble, quick trigger, parkour, lucky find, lost opportunity, hidden stash, focused, fit of rage, fast hands, fallen, dumb luck, double headshot, distraction, deja vu, defensive roll, critical hit, counterattack, confrontation, clipped, counterattack, block, and adrenaline. Let's take a look at that one real quick. Discard a card, gain movement. Energy gain may not be used to remove a concussion or time tokens. So it tells you the tokens that are on here. We've got to figure out how to use these cards because I'm not quite sure. But we know we have our brain cards. I'm going to call them our brain cards. They may be called something else in the game, but I'm going to say those are our brain cards. Okay, then we have a couple more decks of cards in here that we're going to pull out real quick. And then we'll show you that. Okay, so we have some axe cards, which is the human attack cards, and we have the zombie attack cards. So we'll take a look at these first. So these are the cards for the humans. So here we go. Got an exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. So it's shuffle the deck. Here are your icons. Caution, and safety if you're attempting a knockdown. Again, all these cards are explained to you in the context of the rule book, so I'm not exactly sure what they mean. So I'm just going to kind of go through them very quickly so you can just take a look at them. As you see, there's quite a variety of them, and there's 3 parts to it. So it says exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. So you got a guy with a gun in it, right? Yep. In every picture, you have a guy with a gun and an axe. You have an icon here which looks like you've fallen down, or maybe you've fallen down. Maybe you got to try to get back up. Maybe you're, yeah, and then you have an attempted knockdown. Safety deck. Have X's. Not sure what these cards mean, but then you have these. These are for, again, these are for the survivor cards. You got the axe for the survivor cards, and then you have the same idea for the zombie cards. So it says shuffle the deck. Caution, caution, caution. It looks like movement. Looks like you're knocked down. You're going to crawl. This looks like you're going to grab if you're on the ground or A. So this guy might have been knocked down. This guy looks like he's staying upright. So if you're knocked down, you could do this. If you're crawling, you can grab as a zombie. So there's different things you can do as a zombie. And so obviously, as you can tell, the two, they're different. So I'm going to say this is standing upright. You can do something. There, you're knocked down. And this, you're going to try to attempt to knock down. All right, so there you go. Those are your two different decks that you have there. Then we also have, what we need is the street itself, which is the border between the zombies and the humans. That's the street level. So you would lay these down this way, 1, 2, 3, across the board. So each one's a little different. Front and backs are the same. So there's number 1, 2, number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Got it. Cool. Not sure what that is down there, but you got a nice dumpster on fire there. It's a dumpster fire. Number 9, you got more garbage. You got a brick laying there. You got a couple things. 9 and 10. So that's your, again, you're going to lay these out like this. These are your street level. Up to street, up to 10 spaces. Then we have another deck over here, which is of your characters you could choose from. So all your different characters, front and back. So when you look at the cards real quick, again, you have Firearms Instructor Lenny. That's a picture of your Lenny. All the cards are set up identically the same way. So they start off with 5 health. When the person gets hurt, they get 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then gone. Get that again? I'll try it, show you that again. You got 5, 4 wounds, 3 wounds, 2 wounds, 1 wound, and then he's deceased. All right, so it tells you what it is. So he's got a total of 5 wounds, got 3 actions. He starts in row 7. So when you set this all up across 1 to 10, he starts at 7. He starts in row 7, 7, 7. Looks like they all start in row 7. Oh, no, these guys can start in row 4 or 7. In row 7, a lot of guys starting in row 7. For some reason, row 7 seems to be the hot spot of where the break-in is, where they're gonna try to escape. So you got 7. So you got Abe, you got Michael, Rebecca. Again, let's go back to these cards real quick. Okay, so you got those action tokens there. You got the 2. You got the movement. You can move one. You can move 1 square at a time, or 1. So you can go from 10 to 9, 9 to 8, 8 to 7. Only 1 at a time. Head stomp versus zombie and crawlers is ESB 0 or 1 space away. Targeted knockdown 0, 0 that. 4, make a single action attack with a firearm. He can do. So all the cards are set up identically the same way. So as he gets weaker, when he's on the back, he can only move. Again, his powers become, he can't knock anybody down because he's very, very weak. Maybe he can knock one down here, make a single action attack with a firearm. This one here, you could probably fire a single action attack with a firearm, okay? If he's got 3 actions over here, maybe he's got none, or 1 action, then you can make 1 shot. Over here, you can make up to 3 shots for a turn. All right, same thing here for Abe, Michael, Rebecca, Jason, Megan, Antonio, Diana, William, Sophia, Lewis, Calasandra, Ryan, Aaliyah, Kelly, and Mary. Those are all the characters that you can play in the game. Then we have the, as we say, the other zombie deck. It tells you the different kinds of zombies that you're going to be fighting along the way. Again, you have a base, you have a shuffler. He starts in row 10. He can move to row 8. When he gets killed, he drops a supply crate. Again, gets hit 3, 2, 1, and then he's dead. So zombies only have 3 wounds, not 5 like the humans have. It's a little bit of advantage for the humans, but we'll see. They got one movement and they can attack again when targeted. So you got your base shuffler. A lot of shufflers. You've got a boss. You've got a shrieker. Again, 3 wounds. It can summon other zombies. This one, as it says here, has no special power. This one could summon zombies. It can move 1. Attacks are the same. Starts at row 10. And again, it gets killed. It drops off something. 10. Okay, that's your shrieker. Base runner. Rows 10 through 8. Can move from 10 to all the way up to 8. Base runner. Again, he's got 4 wounds, so he's a little bit stronger. He's a little stronger than the shrieker, a little stronger than the basic shuffler. He's a runner, so he can move 2 spaces. Attack, so you can move from 10 to 8. Move 2 spaces. Here's your base runner. No special abilities other than moving fast. You've got a crawler. Again, this is the grapple move. If they're crawling, they have 2 wounds. Okay, they can move up to 2 spaces. They can move between 10 and 8. Crawlers are permanently knocked down. Move 1 space, they can attack. They can grab attack, where the others do not have the grab attack. That's your crawlers, your creeper crawlers. Then you have your boss brute. Okay, he drops a supply crate when he gets killed. He's got 4 wounds. 10 to 8, he can move 1. Attack is 0 to 2. Damage is reduced by 1. Can't be knocked down. So you can't knock him down. You can either take him out or that's it. So you got that's your boss brute. Then you have your boss floater, which is a big guy. He starts on he's on block 10. He's got only 3 wounds. It says here damage is reduced by 2. Can't be moved past. So you have to kill him to move past him. So he's definitely a blocking agent. So move 1. He's got 3 wounds. You got your friend Anthony, who's been turned into a zombie. He starts on card 9. He starts on, and he's drops supplies when he gets killed. He's got 4 wounds. 4, 3, 2. Again, it'd be 4, 3, 2, 1. Do you know when he's getting wounded? And your friend Garrett, they're set up exactly the same way. Both have 1 movement. Both have 1 attack. Both can do a grab attack only if tokens are on the card. Automatic hit, he's grappling you. Place 4 time tokens on Anthony when he enters play. I guess they only last for 4 rounds, I guess. I'm not sure. Base walker again. And these are just regular walkers that are right here. And he's got 3 wounds. Again, he can move anywhere from the 10th all the way down to 1. He could constantly be moving back and forth from row to row. Row can be placed in row 1 if warehouse is open. There you go. You got 5 of those. So those are all your different types of walkers that you have. And last but not least, you saw that we talked about the AI deck for your solo player game, and you have these are cards. All these cards are for your solo play. Here's your rules: swarm, fast, and these are for your solo play rules. Here's some more rules. Put those down here. Final instructions. Here's your swarm cards. Okay, so let's take a look at these, see what they have to say. Dice rules, again, 00 counts as 100, so like I said, 00. On these dice, they happen to have 10s, so it would be 10 and 10 makes 100. Okay, doesn't make 20, makes 100. There's your dice rules, and you have your regular rules. A couple copies of that you got in there. So let's take a look what it says here. It says, when there are multiple zombies to choose from, always begin with the one closest to the alley card, then the next closest to the alley, and then the zombie furthest from the alley card. If direction is not specified, always begin with zombies behind, and if no eligible section is found, look at zombies in front of the survivor. Again, they're trying to break through the fence. Crawlers always make normal attacks, not grab attacks. When a shrieker enters play, immediately put a zombie into play in row 10, if this has not already happened this turn. Nothing else. Cards are exactly the same. Then the dice rules. It says 000 counts as 100, or all right. Anytime a zombie enters the same row as a survivor, it immediately attacks if there is available energy. Proceed to the next numbered step. Actions on the dice chart cost 1E unless otherwise indicated. If a choice has no valid target, choose the next selection within that color. Then the next, looping up to the top selection until a choice is valid. If no selection can be made, the roll is ignored and nothing happens. See the rules on page 19 for more information. That's dice rules. And final instruction: resolve any cards in play that reference the resolution phase. If you drew the deck card, shuffle all zombie attack cards in the discard pile back into the attack deck. Zombie turn is over. And those are your final instructions. So there's your final instructions and your rules and your rules. And here again you have your step 6, step 7, step 8, 9, 10, 11. I'll put that down there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it tells you step by step what you're going to do during your rounds. So let's take a look. Step 1 says all zombies without knockdown tokens move by the movement value on their card towards the survivor. Then move 1 row. Remove a knockdown token from the zombies furthest behind the survivor. If none have tokens, move the base zombie furthest behind the survivor 1 row. Proceed to step 2. Then step 2, then step 3, then step 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, proceed to the final instructions card. All right, so there's the final instructions. So again, we'll put these back in order, just showing you what the steps are and the final instructions and your dice rules. So it looks like there's 2 rounds there of information. All right, so we've got your solo deck here, your street cards, you have your character cards for the survivors, your zombie deck, you have your zombie fighting deck, you have your, just over here, you have these guys over here real quick so you see that. You have your human fighting deck. You got these cards here, and you've got, which are the brains cards, which give you the situation that you're currently under. And over here you also have your supply deck right here. You got your timer, you got your dice, you got your silica gel, you got your base for your standee, you got your tokens over there, and you have your 2 rulebooks for your zombie, if you want to be a zombie or if you'd like to be the human survivor. And that is everything that's included, and that concludes our unboxing of the Kickstarter 30 Seconds to Live, brought to you by Kitten Kaiju Games, or Kaiju Games, and it's a game created by William Angus. Again, this game is for 1 to 2 players, 14 plus, 25 to 40 minutes to play, and of course, it also has a solo mode included as well. As always, thank you so much for joining us for this unboxing video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can always give us a thumbs up and leave a comment below. You could also hit that subscribe button. This way you're kept up to date as to any time we release new content to the page. As always, thank you so much for joining us. Be safe, be well, enjoy the remainder of your day, and we'll catch you on the next unboxing video.